Hello students, welcome to all of you Shiksha 360 CAP classes. And today basically we have to discuss the chapter number 6 of ABFM part 1. This chapter we have to complete in 3 sessions, and after that we will take 2 sessions more basically for the MCQ discussion for the same MCQ discussion or case study type question for the same. So let's start our discussion. So this topic, it is related to the chapter 6 of ABFM, that is controlling. So let's start further. So what is controlling? As we have discussed total first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 5 topics. So controlling basically it is a last function of the management process. Clear? So what is controlling? Basically it is a last function of the management process, which includes what it includes basically, which includes other functions of planning, organizing, staffing, and directing within an organization. First of all, you have to remember that basically it is a last function of the management process. So controlling process refers to a method that can be implemented to check whether or not certain criteria are being met or not. Clear? So what is controlling process? Like you can say that, like we are going to deliver some work. Clear? We can say that, or order. So whether we are able to complete that order on time, or whether we have that much efficiency, all these things they are trying to say here, which we will cover later. So what is controlling process? Basically refers to a method that can be implemented to check whether or not certain criteria are being met. It entails gathering information about a system. It entails basically gathering information about a system, process, person, or group of people in a thoughtful manner. Okay, so what it tells basically, what controlling basically entails or describe basically gathering information about a system, process, person, or a group of people in a thoughtful manner in order to arrive at decisions that are necessary regarding each of these entities. When something it is controlled, or we can say that we know that we have control over that, so it is ensured that the activities within an organization are carried out in accordance with the plans. Like we can say that basically we have control, so we can implement our plan and do the things in that way. So the controlling function determines the degree to which actual performance varies from predetermined benchmarks. Okay, with the basically with the help of controlling function. Clear? Like we have up to a level we have a control. Clear? According to that we can manipulate our work. So it investigates the factors that led to such deviations and makes an effort to make adjustments in accordance with those findings. Clear? All these things basically comes under the controlling. We will also cover, clear, in the later session basically what type of question you will find in examination regarding all these things. So this is just the basic introduction of that. Now move to the next point. What are the characteristics of controlling? So the characteristics of controlling are broken down into their component parts, point by point, in order to provide a more in-depth understanding of the concept. So what are the characteristics of the controlling? Let's discuss one by one. Controlling is beneficial. Clear? Please remind all these points, because in the examination they will ask 4 to 5 points. Which one it is comes under that and which one it is not. So first one, that is controlling is beneficial to the accomplishment of organizational goals. Second one, the procedure basically makes a most efficient use of the available resources. Clear? We can say that if we have control, like we can say that we have 6 staff in our branch. Just to take an example. So if we divide the work among them equally and we have over control over them, that is you have to perform these works. Clear? Not we can say that like pressurized, but as a duty. So we can say that basically then you will get a desired result. Okay. So the procedure makes the most efficient use of the available resources. Third one, controlling judges, ensuring the correct application of the standard. Discipline and order are also established as a result of the process. Clear? So how we can maintain discipline and order? We can say that basically with the help of the controlling. So basically controlling it is also plays an important role for the achievement of our goals. Now move further. Next point, fifth point, that is the process of controlling the employees motivates the employees and boosts the employee morale, which in turn leads to the increased effort and labor from the employees within an organization. Clear? So the process of controlling the employees basically motivates the employees. Clear? What they will do, basically it motivates the employees and boosts the employee morale. And here we can say that sometimes basically it will also plays a negative impact. Like you have control, basically it means that basically you can control their freedom. This is not in like that way. Clear? Take this sense in the positive way. The process of controlling the employees basically motivates the employees and boosts the employee morale, which in turn leads to the increased effort and labor from the employees within the organization. Further, controlling basically ensures accurate planning. Clear? What controlling basically ensures? Accurate planning for the future by re-evaluating the previously established standards. Clear? So what it does? Re-evaluate. Clear? Like we have earlier maintained any standard. Clear? Which we will now, as per the guidelines basically, or as per the present criteria, we will see that that is not up to the mark. Clear? So we have to re-evaluate the previously established standards. Next one. The results of an organization as a whole will improve as a result of a control. The exercise of control reduces the number of errors that occur. Clear? All these are comes under the characteristics of controlling. So first one, we have discussed, it is the last part or last function of the management process. After that, we will discuss the characteristics. Now we will discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages. Okay. The management function of controlling provides the following advantages to the organization. First one, it assists in accomplishing the organization goal, which we will discuss from the starting. Second one, help in minimizing the errors as we have divided the work in proper way. So it leads to the reduction of errors also, and we have control over that. Making efficient and effective use of the resources, same thing, like we have divided our, like we can say that 6 members in the branch, so we can divided our work specifically, like this type of work you have to do, and if there is any basic query, so all of you have to handle. Validates accuracy of the standards, improves order and discipline and motivates the staff, results in better coordination within the organization, simplifies supervision, and helps in delegation and decentralization. Clear? That is, simplifies the supervision and helps in delegation and decentralization. Provides feedback basically for the data improvement for the future planning. Clear? Very, very important. That is basically controlling basically it is also provides feedback. We will discuss, there are different ways how to improve the work. At that time, we will discuss this point again. Clear? So basically it provides the feedback basically for the data improvement for the future planning. Clear? That is, it is also comes under the controlling. Like we can say that if at any point we think that basically there is some improvement it is to be required, so we can do according to that. We have to give the feedback and think over that. So now, as we have discussed the advantages, now there is some limitations also, like we can say that controlling over the employees. Clear? Here we will discuss in the form of the limitation also. So while providing the various benefits, as mentioned below, we have to keep in mind that controlling has a few limitations also. So following are the main limitations. First one, it may be costly to implement, especially in the smaller firms. Second one, it is difficult to compare the actual performance with the accepted standards, especially in case of standards not expressed in the quantitative terms. Clear? So it is very difficult to compare the actual performance basically with the accepted standards, basically like where we have not like data in the numeric form. Where we have not the data in the numeric form, at that time, basically it is very difficult to implement. Like we can see that job satisfaction, team spirit, employee morale, etc. Clear? Third one, there is little or no control on external factors like government policies, change in consumer behavior, technological changes, competition, etc. Clear? We have very less or no control on all these external factors. Fourth one, there may be a resistance basically from the employees as they may consider it as restricting their freedom. Like we have already discussed, like they have control over the employees. Clear? So this is the point. will take in the negative form also. Clear? That is, they can think that it will restrict their freedom. Clear? It will restrict their freedom. Clear? So we have to check over that also. Over dependence on controls may lead to laxity in supervision. The operations of the organization may slow down if the rules are implemented rigidly. Clear? So we have to be implement our rules in such a way that are not that much rigidly, that affects the work of an organization. Clear? So we have to implement in such a way that it will implemented also, and no one thinks that basically it will restrict their freedom, or that is very strictly it will be implemented. Clear? So we have to take care regarding both these things. Next one, the organization may be exposed more errors and frauds if wrong controls are executed. Clear? So the organization basically may export more errors and frauds. Clear? Basically, if wrong controls are to be executed. So all these are comes under the limitations. Clear? So basically, first of all, we will discuss the characteristics. After that, we will discuss the advantages. Next one, limitations. Very, very important. That is types of control management. Clear? Like we have already discussed, that is, we will provide the feedback. So what are the three types of the control management? Definitely you will get one questions from there in the examination. So broadly, the control management basically can be of three types based on the timing of the control. First of all, you have to remember that how many types of the control management? Basically, there are three types of the control management. First one, that is the feedback control. Second one, that is the proactive control. Third one here, that is the concurrent control. Clear? Third one here, that is the concurrent control. Clear? So now let's discuss regarding all these points to be here one by one. So let's discuss first of all feedback control. These controls are based on the feedback received after the activity has taken place. Okay, so when we will give the feedback? Only after any specific activity has taken place. So the corrective action can be taken only for carrying out similar activity in the future. Clear? Like an event have already taken place. So we will give the feedback on the basis of that event. And if we are going to improve anything, so we will improve in that, because that function we have already done. And in future, if we are going to perform that work, so we will think that basically this thing, if we will improve in such a way, so it will give you the better results. Second one, proactive control. These are future directed controls which anticipates problem well in advance, and the corrective action should be taken accordingly. Clear? That is, we are going to perform some work. Clear? So we will think that basically if we will do this thing in that here, so it will lead to the better result. Clear? So that is comes under the proactive control. Clear? That basically comes under the proactive control to be here. Last one, that is the concurrent control. These controls are based on the real-time engagement of the controller as the activity basically it is being carried out. Clear? As the activity basically it is being carried out here. So real-time basically, like we are performing our work, and at that time basically we are going to improve or basically do any change in that. So the corrective action can be taken simultaneously with the carrying out the activity to carry out of any deficiency observed. That it just comes under the concurrent control. So basically these are the three types of the control management. I will repeat again. First one, that is after the happening of the event. Clear? After the happening of the event, that is the feedback control, or before the event, that is the proactive control. And last one here, that is while performing the work, that is basically comes to be under the concurrent control. So what we have discussed up to this much point, it is clear to all of you. Just basic discussion of the controlling. And in the next session, we will discuss in detail regarding the control process. What are the basic elements and the steps of the control process? Relationship between planning and control. Clear? All these things we have to be covered in the next session, along with some of the MCQs. I will show you. Like what are the responsibility of manager within an organization, level of an organization is direction. Clear? All these things, basically different types of the question, along with the theory we will cover in the next session. This is a basic introduction. Hope it is clear to all of you. Next session timing, I will update you in the group. And the recording session basically will be provided in the similar way. Next session basically it will be of 30 to 35 minutes. All session basically will be of the same duration, 30 to 35 minutes. So thanks to all of you for joining this discussion.